Salute, people. Shout out to all my new fathers and dads that's still holding it down. Everybody under the sound of my voice, I truly hope you are embracing the blessings that you currently have. We are here once again. Thank you for being here. Thank you for tuning in. We gonna get right into it, fathers. We gonna get right into it, dads. I want to talk about our sons. And I want to talk about sex when it comes to our sons. And what narrative are we pushing? We see all this stuff going on the internet and with all the women and, the OnlyFans and all the twerking and money showing and all of that type of stuff. And we always have an opinion on what these women are doing, how they're doing it, how they're getting their money. And, one of the biggest things now is the WAP video and all of that type of stuff and what it means and what it stands for and women who are behind it or perpetuate it. And, I don't want to necessarily talk about that at the moment. I want to address those boys that grew up to be men who have hurt those women and those type of women and how they've hurt themselves. And so how does that coincide with us fathers, us dads? Well, a lot of the times, as men, and it's crazy because in the black culture, because that's what I grew up, around, of course, you kind of just shape it around your situation, but it's men, you know what I'm saying? Like we have a real issue going on. And look at the hierarchy of what I'm speaking about. Meaning, look how far it's gone up the ladder, all the way to the presidency. Whereas this guy can go on and talk about grabbing women by the pussy. And have a multitude of women supporters. And when you ask them, they say, well, that's just locker room banter. It's no locker room banter that I've ever been a part of. It's not words that I've ever even uttered. And the people around me don't move in that fashion. But how does what I'm talking about coincide with that is this. We push, when you young, at a young age, you got 2 or 3 girls, that's what's up, son. Yeah, man, how old are you? You 14? Oh, yeah, son, you smashing? That's what's up. And that's how I grew up. I grew up with that being the cool thing, or you being young and having an older chick, that being a cool thing. And we never sat back, or rather, I've never sat back and thought, how could this affect me, or how would this affect some other young man later on in life? We always talk about the women being broken, but us men, a lot of us, not all, But a lot of us are broken and don't even know it. I say all of that to say, fathers, it's up to us now. The ones that are enlightened and the ones that aren't, I'm hoping this reaches you so you can be enlightened, so you can do something different with your sons. Because I'm doing something different with mine. Far as I know, this is the last year. My son is in his senior year of high school, and as far as I know, and I try to talk to him as often as possible, he's still a virgin. I don't want to put his business because again, look, it's not a cool thing to be that old and still be a virgin. When in all actuality, it's the coolest. Because, let me tell you why. Why is it the coolest? Because when you're so young, you don't have the understanding to know what sex is and or what it should be. And when you think of sex, the design is for the pleasure of both parties. So therefore, as a man, I'm supposed to be going in like, you know what? I want to please this woman. How can I please this woman? She's going in with, I want to please this man. How can I please this man? And that's what makes it a beautiful thing. But because we've taken it and it's gotten to be something that it completely isn't, we've lost that narrative. I learned that as an adult. Not when I was grown, as an adult, because you hear that term all the time. I'm grown. But so many of these people, men and women, aren't grown. They are of adult age. They're not grown. You understand what I'm saying? So, as an adult, that's when I learned truly what sex was and should be. And I'm talking about late in the game. You know what I'm saying? I'm late in the game. Now my whole thing is about the pleasure of a woman and the joy of it, to see that woman enjoying you and what you're doing for her. Getting to a place where you're making this person, this woman, feel like there's no other women on planet Earth, and you're making her feel incredibly special. In turn, a good woman will do exact same. Follow your lead and do the exact same. I learned that later in the game. Glory be, I learned it anyway. And that's what I want to teach my sons. But I don't want to teach them that at 13. I don't want to teach them that at 16. I don't want to teach them that at 18. But around that 18, 19 years of age is around that time we need to start having discussions. Because I still don't want to push it too early, because I want them focused on being successful. I want them focused on coming to the table and having something when you come to the table, once you meet someone special. And we lose, and we have lost that type of narrative. Fathers, we got to get on it, man. Because we see so many fathers in the court system, child support. It didn't go well with the mother of their child, of their son or daughter. And a lot of the times is because neither party was ready to have a child. Either they did it young, either they did it unfortunately by mistake, off of a whim, or they had some warped understanding of one another, or one person thought they understood, this person didn't understand. You know, it's a lot to go with it, which is why the design is to get married first and then have kids. You know, it's a divine design. I know many don't want to talk about it, but at the end of the day, it's a design, and it was designed that way for a very specific reason. And that's to make life easier while here on earth. But let's deal with the reality. Reality is many of us are having sex way before we're ready. And it's the bottom line. Our sons are being sexually molested. We call it them doing them, or we look at it as giving them props. But at the end of the day, that's exactly what happened. Because if Shorty's 24 and your son is 14, Shorty out of pocket. You understand? She's out of pocket. And it's something wrong. Something going on with your son, and it's definitely something going on with her. But at the end of the day, she's the adult, so more of the blame lies with her. Now, us as fathers, when do we take the blame? Did we tell Junior, like, this is a no-go? This ain't what's popping. You understand? Something wrong with Shorty. You don't need that type of headache. You don't need that type of problem. Because at 14, that 14-year-old can get this 24-year-old, 26-year-old woman pregnant. And now we have a bigger issue on our hands. And don't let her be bitter from something else, which clearly she is, because she's broken enough to be having sex with a 14-year-old or 16-year-old kid. So something is already broken in her. Yet we big that type of action and activity up. We gotta do away with that. We gotta do away with that. Get our boys focused on being successful. Get our boys focused on learning who they are, learning whose they are and who they are. Then getting our boys to a point where they can be a crutch and a help mate to somebody that they deem special. You know, they need to be able to be the strength that partner needs. And you can't do that when you got so many things going on. You're worrying about trying to score points and get clout and try to have sex with the baddest chick in school, and you're not even focused on school. And I'm talking about high school and in junior high. This is when these things are happening and traumatizing our sons. And we're allowing it, and some of us are perpetuating it. We have to check ourselves. Fathers, we have to check ourselves with how we was raised and what we was brought up to believe. Because I'm here to tell you, 7 women, 5 women, 3 women at a time and all of that. That time is unless you're in a poly relationship, not the fake one where you have one on the side and you know you got a wifey here. I'm talking about where everybody's together or coming together or know about one another and are okay with that, and y'all sat down and you know, y'all have y'all an understanding. If that ain't the case, son, then all of that, what it does is create bad women. That term, good girls turn bad, is a thing. It's many women that started out good, came across some broken numbskull who presented himself as a man, but a man and a man of adult age, but he really wasn't. He was a boy trapped in the adolescent mentality. And the sad part is we don't talk about them. We don't talk about them at all. And we really should. One of my neighbors is moving their cars, moving their trucks and all of that. Yeah. We really should, man. You know, we really should be having this conversation with our sons. And I hope that this here prompts that. You know, it's a big deal. It's unfortunate because now with so much that our children are exposed to, you can't really wait anymore. You know what I'm saying? You can try to wait it out as long as you can, but you got to kind of play it by ear. When's a good time to have that conversation with your son? So, fathers, again, it's up to us. We got to step up. We got to do it. It's not up for negotiation. Because when we save our sons, we save our daughters. When we put our sons on a good track, they attract a woman who, let's even say he might attract a woman that's broken. But because he's whole, he can help this woman become whole and be a loving person and a loving helpmate for him and with him. You know, because it's all about building together. That's what you want. You all this, you better have this, and for me to mess with you, you want to stay clear of all them that want you established before they jump on board. Again, letting our sons know that's a female you want to do. You want to skip right over. Just like that. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's up to us. If we're here and we're in their lives, we can give them that wisdom. A lot of boys don't have the fathers to give them that type of wisdom. Give them jewels to guide them. Our job. That's why it's so important for us to do our job. That's why it's so important for us to be in their lives. That's why it's so important for us to instill our morale, our morals and principles within our children. Fathers. It's important, man. Very important. I'm here growing with you. You know, I don't have all the answers. I know a little bit about a little bit, but ain't no blueprint to this parent thing. What I'm going to tell you, man, I'm just a dad. Nakai.